Hi, I'm Pamela,
And I'm Ray.
and we are Just
Just
Us
Us
Baileys.
Baileys.
Welcome to our new YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about a lot of different things, including home decor, lifestyle, thrifting, travel, and what it's been like to be married for over 30 years.
We're going to share a little of our lives and we invite you to come along with us.
Last year, on our social media, we shared with you all that we were about to celebrate 35 years of marriage in December. And we also shared that we were trying to decide what we wanted to do to celebrate, if we were going to bring some of our friends and family together to renew our vows, or if we should instead take a nice trip because we'd never really had an actual honeymoon. And overwhelmingly, you all suggested that we take another trip, a nice trip. And we did that. So we want to share with you some of the things that we really loved about Madrid.
One of the things that I really loved was the architecture in the city of Madrid. The buildings themselves are works of art, and everywhere you look, there was something very nice about the architecture. The buildings were phenomenal.
That's true. And one of the things that was striking to me, and actually a little bit of surprising, is that they have these amazing sculpted statues on top of the buildings. And there was one in particular that you liked. Which one was that?
It was the Archer.
Okay. So they had this statue of an archer. We're going to show you in a video. But this archer is posed on top of this humongous building and is actually shooting a bow and arrow. And on the building across the street is the recipient. So it's another statue of the person who's actually going to be receiving the arrow. One of the things that I absolutely loved, of course, were the people of Madrid and the fact that they were so stylish. Everybody, even the children, were really put together. We were there Easter weekend, and there were like thousands and thousands of people like walking out in the street because there were parades and festivals and things going on in the city. So there was one gentleman who I assume was an official, and he was directing people as to where they should go for this parade. And he had his daughter with him, and she could not have been more than about 10 years old. But he was dressed in a really nice black suit, and his daughter had on a pair of black slacks, and she had on a crisp white shirt with a vest and a tie with her little Mary Janes. And so, again, as children, were with their parents. Like the parents were very stylish, they were very casual, but they were very stylish, as were the children. You didn't see any yoga pants, you didn't see any leggings, you didn't see like a lot of sweats. And even when someone's wearing like a t-shirt or a wife beater, they may have had a sweater tied around their shoulders, or it was just really cool, very relaxed, and very much in vogue.
One of the most surprising things that we experienced also was that they drank the tap water. The tap water was amazing.
It's very good.
Yeah, it flowed down from the mountains into their reservoir and just straight to the tap. It was so refreshing. You hardly saw any bottled water in the area.
Well, people weren't drinking it anyway. Like you would go to a restaurant and they wanted water from the tap. And what was crazy to me, once we realized that we were drinking tap water that tasted this good, you would have thought we were drinking something from the Fountain of Youth honey, because we were drinking water all day while we were there, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed our time shopping while we were in Madrid. Now, we did go through an area that they call the Golden Mile, or Serrano Street, and that's where all of the luxury brands are. Like we saw everything, Loewe, Hermes, Rolex, you name any luxury brand, and they had it on this street. And so it was amazing to see. And then we walked right through it to get to Mango, H&M, to Zara, and to Primark. But it was, again, it was really awesome to see, and to see that there were so many people shopping at all these luxury places. And some of the, again, they're placed in these amazing buildings that are old established buildings. And it's a beautiful, beautiful shopping area. And on that note, we were surprised to find that some of the stores that we enjoy that are pretty scarce in this country are everywhere in Madrid. For instance, we do have in Dallas a Zara that's at the North Park Mall. There may be another one in Houston. I'm not sure where else they're located in Texas, but we don't have that many of them. But I remember that I had purchased something at a Zara while I was in Madrid, and I thought about taking it back. And I put in my phone to find the location of the nearest Zara from where we were staying, and there were about 4 Zaras within a mile and a half where we were staying. So those stores that we like that are affordable, like the Zara and the Mango and the H&M, they were almost on every street corner, like you would find a CVS or Walgreens here. Like, it was really amazing.
Yeah.
Also, I did notice that a lot of the clothes, the quality of the clothes in those stores were a bit more elevated than what we might find in some of the stores here. And we were able to purchase things at a much cheaper price. Not only that, but after we made the purchases and before we left the country, we were able to get back any of the taxes that we paid on those items in Madrid. So I'm going to tell you, it's worth traveling abroad, especially if you're going to already be going to Madrid, to shop while you're there. And I've heard of people saying that we should take an empty suitcase or two so that we can shop there. Because again, some of the things that I purchased from places like Zara were half the price of what I would have spent on the same item in the States.
I want to talk about the food. The food was amazing.
Food was amazing.
It was fresh. We had an incredible variety to choose from. And I think that had to be maybe one of the best things that I enjoyed. You know, I love eating, so it was really good.
It was good. And we tried several different restaurants. And it seems like every restaurant, the next one was better than the next and better than the next. And believe it or not, we were able to find oxtails. We were able to find oxtails in Madrid, Spain, and they were delicious. So we're going to have a conversation about who makes the best oxtails, because they were good, the Jamaican style. We've had them now where they were prepared by Nigerians, and now in Spain, and they were all delicious. And the last couple of things that we wanted to share about Madrid is that Madrid is so easy to get around. Like, it is a very walkable city. And also, their public transportation is fantastic. It's clean, it's safe. Like, we would see little kids get on without a parent. So as an American, I will say that that was very surprising for us, to find little kids like getting on public transportation by themselves. I think we saw a couple of kids that were together that were like maybe 8 and 10 years old, and they got onto the bus without parents and then got off at their stop. But apparently they don't have the kinds of issues that make it unsafe for children to be able to ride on public transportation alone. And that is pretty amazing. And then for me, and I think for both of us actually, the final thing that made our trip specifically so amazing is that we had amazing hosts. One of the things that we've always said that when we traveled internationally, because we have so many friends from so many different countries, is that we wanted to go to places where we knew people, where we could be immersed. So we didn't just always want to go and do the touristy things. We wanted to do the things that people who lived there actually did, so we could see the cities from their perspective. And one of the reasons that we chose Madrid is because we have family there. And our family, the Nelsons, they went all out of the way. I'm telling you, on a scale of 1 to 10, it absolutely was a 25. They greeted us at the airport, and they were, when we weren't going to restaurants, they were preparing incredible meals for us. I mean, they opened up their home to us completely. We were on the 6th floor of a building, which they considered to be the penthouse for that particular building. We were having breakfast in Madrid on this amazing patio in the mornings, and everything was just so laid back and so easy breezy. They had taken time from their busy schedules to hang out with us as much as we wanted them to hang out with us while we were there, so that they could help guide us around the city. They took us to that amazing open air market that happens on Sundays in Madrid. You know, we did lots of shopping together. And, we, wanted to make sure that we weren't taking up so much of their time, or we were totally acting like tourists. And they kept assuring us, we are here for you and we want you to enjoy your vacation. So a big shout out to them. And again, they were probably some of the best tour guides that we could have asked for, because they've been living in Madrid for about 5 years, and they have really ingratiated themselves with the community. So they know people in the community. So sometimes when we were out and about and we were going from different shops and restaurants, they knew the owners, they knew the managers, and to see people's faces light up when they would, come in to say hello, and because they were so well beloved, we were treated really awesomely.
Yeah.
Not like we would have been if we had just been, tourists just popping into some places. In one restaurant we went to, they were like clearing the people out and making space for a table just for us and making sure that their staff handled us beautifully. And again, these are places where there's no tipping. That's real human capital. And we got to spend time in Madrid with each other to celebrate our 35 years together, now going on 36 this year. And we were able to do it with family that we loved, who took us around this beautiful city. We ate amazing food, interacted with incredible people. And so Madrid is, again, a place that we highly, highly recommend. This is our first full video. We hope that you'll like it and give us a chance to share more of our life with you. Thank you for watching the video.